Alrighty, want to do a little update on the layout. It don't look much different than it did when I was showing the Menards track before. I do have the outside loop pretty much finished and attached down. Inside loop's not, because I've got to cut this Ross switch in here, and over here I've got to cut another piece from Menards to fit here. This is a Lionel piece I had just to fill in. Like I said before, used all this is Menards track. I did notice though, the pins on these they do spin inside, but they're stuck in there really well. So when you pop them I notice when you pop them together though, they tend to lock pretty tight. But it's just the way they go together is very different. It's not just forced in there, you know, off total friction. It forces in there, pops in, and it stays tight that way. But when after I do that, I take the all these track pliers, you know, that you get for I can show them here. You know, it's got the hole in it for the tubular rail, and I just squeeze these joints. That seems to work pretty well, because I've still only got one lock on for this entire loop, and it pretty much, this is a Thomas running. Of course, it's a Bluetooth engine, but it runs steady all the way around really well, and much quieter. I can actually hear his whistle, whereas before with the fast track I could barely hear the whistle over the noise of the wheels on the track. And these are 30-inch sections that the Menards comes in, versus this is a 40-inch section of Lionel that I've got. This metal on this Lionel, I don't know when this was produced, but it looks fairly new. That's probably the last batches they made. It's heavier. It's a heavier metal than the Menards. Menards seems to be a little lighter. Of course, this is a 30-inch. It's going to be lighter anyway. But I'm just saying the density seems to be different. But the electrical continuity really seems really good on the Menards. Of course, it all, you know, oxides real fast, just like Fast Track did. So I just use 90% alcohol and just, you know, wipe it off. And Ben's trains, he's got some really good ideas for using for cleaning the track with this roller pad stuff. I may do that too. He uses a Menards track and he seems to be pretty happy with it. I seem to be pretty happy with it. I just had a few damaged pieces come in the mail. The only thing I did notice was some of these long 30-inch pieces are a little bit out of gauge. So you have to go in here and pop these tabs loose and reset it and then push it back down. That's the only thing I really noticed. On all the other sections they seem fine, but just those 30-inch ones had some that were, the wheels would bobble up and down, and you could tell they were being squeezed together and pushed up on the top of the rail. It wasn't real bad, but it's just noticeable. Thomas, when he went around it, it really would show up on him, and so I used him to test the track with, and I've now got it all straightened out and it seems to work pretty well. So anyway, the Ross switches will be coming, and we got another one coming in the mail, and this one's here, and gonna cut this into this line here and put maybe like a little mini section here of gonna be maybe a mine back here. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here yet. I may just make this into a small yard and leave it that way. I don't know. That's where because there's just not a lot of room for anything in here, because this is such a small area to work with. And I'd like to put a neat little scene back here. I may put a switch off here and put my mountain back over here and do the mine scene over here. I can't decide which one I want to do, but anyway, I just want to basically cover the track today. I know a lot of people talk about Menards at the hobby shops, because it's about the only place you can get tubular track now, and I'm telling you that it's dirt cheap. I mean, I got tons of this track left. Still got this whole pile right here on my bench left. And if I do, I think I've got enough to do an upper line if I want to go across the top at the back with an upper line. That's why I left that space there between that and the wall and come around and go over the top of the layout. I'm not sure how I would do that yet. Anyway, but I'm real happy with the track. The Ross switches, I'll do that as soon as I can. Maybe next weekend. Maybe give you all a little review on these, but they are so cool. Very well made. Smooth. This one is super smooth. I've got another one coming that I did have to have replaced because it had multiple problems, I think, from the beginning. So we just decided to replace it. I mean, it happens. At least with Ross, you can talk to Steve, and man, you can actually call him and he'll answer the phone. The owner of the company answers the phone himself. What a concept, huh? And just a square honest guy has been with me so far, and I'm real happy with it. But anyway, I'll do a more thorough thing on those later. But I just wanted to do an update on the track. I'm very impressed that I've only got one lock on running this whole thing. I'm going to put, probably one over there and one over here, just to, to make sure that the Bluetooth engines get a good signal, things like that. Anyhow, I guess that's all for now.